Today we are going to learn the balance portion of our chapter body movements. What we learned in the previous class? Yes, we learned about the skeleton. We learned about skeleton. Yes, we learned about the skeleton. The skeleton is the important part of an organism, of a living organism. So the skeleton gives what? The framework for an organism. Framework for the body of an organism. It gives the framework. The skeleton which gives the framework that gives the shape of the body, and also it helps the organisms to stand erect, erect or stand straight, and also it will give support, additional support for the organism to stand straight. Okay. And also it is the internal structure. Every organism inside their body, we can see an internal structure that is called skeleton. Okay. Then what we learn about skeleton? Yes, the skeleton is made up of different bones. The skeleton is made up of different bones. Bones means the hardest part of our body. It is very thick and hard, so it gives a support for the body, and also it gives a shape. So these bones joins together and form the skeleton. So the skeleton is made up of different bones. Then different kinds of bones. Then bones are joined to each other. It too helps to bring a movement for the body. Okay, all of you understood about the skeleton. Okay. Then next part we learn about muscles. We all know that muscle is a part of our body. Then it is attached to the bones. Then it also helps the body parts to move. Then the muscles may be work alone in organisms or like earthworms, etc. Then and also the muscles is fixed near the bones. It will help for the movements by contractions. Okay. Next we learn about cartilage. Cartilage is also present inside the skeleton or inside our body. It is also the internal structure of our body. Then this helps. The cartilage it is not hard as that of a bone, but it is flexible. For example, in the tip of our ear, then in the tip of our nose, etc. are made up of cartilage, because the tip of nose we can bend, and also the tip of nose we can move from this to this side, because it is not hard as that of bone. It can be bent. Such type of so it is called cartilage. Then what we learn? Then we learn about the skeleton. Then how we can see the internal structure of an organism, or internal structure of a human beings, or internal structure of a human. How if we face an accident, our hand or our leg become fractured. How is fractured, but we cannot know. We don't know what happened to our hands. We cannot move it properly. We feel more pain. How we know that it will get fractured? Where we go? We go to hospital to see a doctor. Then the doctor, first of all, the doctor said that take an X-ray. So we use an X-ray photograph for what? For seeing the internal structure of a body. So we first of all we use the X-ray X-ray photograph for seeing the internal structure of a human body. So if we take the internal structure of our hand, we can say that the bones inside the hand become break or fractured. So then after taking X-ray, then the doctor give medicines and then give plaster for the fractured hand. Okay, all of you understood about the skeleton, how we know about the internal structure of a human body. Then we know that in our finger also, in our fingers we can see different bones. We can see different bones. If we touch the finger, we can feel the bones, different bones. How many bones are joined together in a finger? How many bones are joined together in a finger? 1, 2, 3. Three bones are joined together. So it helps to bend like this. Otherwise, if the finger is made up of a single bone, we cannot move like this. We cannot move like this. We can only move like this. It does not bend. It does not bend. Okay, all of you understood? Yes. Then what we learn? We learn about the skeleton. We learn about the skeleton. First of all, we learn about the chest bones. We learn about the chest bones. Then we know that our chest is made up of so many small bones. They are called ribs. So there are, how many ribs are present in the chest? There are 12 ribs are present on the one side of ribs, and other side also contains 12 ribs. So total 24 number of ribs present in the chest. So these ribs contain, inside the ribs we can see so many important internal parts are present inside the rib. So heart is present inside the rib cage. So it is called rib cage. Then this rib cage is attached with the backbone. Then the rib bones and backbones join together and form a box-like structure. So it is called rib cage. Then the rib cage is also attached with our neck, or not neck, our skull, our head. It is also attached with the neck. Okay. Then the rib cage and the backbone is attached. So if we take a long breath, then keep it for a minute, we can feel that our chest is going backward and also our backbone is take a movement. So on this, for doing these experiments, we can understand the backbone and the chest bones are connected to each other. And so inside the rib cage, many important internal organs like the heart are also present inside the rib cage. The rib cage protect the internal parts, some important internal parts of a human body. Okay, all of you understood? So one side of the rib contains, how many ribs are present in the one side of chest? Yes, 12. Then like this, 12 ribs are present on the other side. So total number of 24 ribs are present. Okay, in the rib cage. Then what we learn? Then we learn about the backbone. When we learn about the backbone, then if we touch our toes without bending the nose, what happens? We can feel that our backbone is moving. Backbone is moving in a circular shape, moving in a round shape, or the backbone is bent. So it can be bent. The backbone can be bent. Then what we learn? If we push in inside a wall with our hands, then we can see in our back side some two bones are swollen on the backward position. That is called shoulder bones. shoulder bones. Then first of all, the chest bones, that is the rib cage is present. The rib cage and the backbone is connected. If we move from the backbone from neck to our back, we can see pelvic bones. We can see pelvic bones. That is pelvic bones. Then this structure is made up of. If we sit somewhere, we use the pelvic bones. Then they enclose the portion of your body below the stomach. That means the pelvic bone is present below our stomach. Then this is the part we sit. This is the part. The pelvic bone's presence part is we use for sitting. Then we learn about our skull. Inside the skull, very important part of the body is situated inside the skull. Which part is situated? Yes, very good. Brain is situated inside the skull. The skull is made up of many bones. Many bones joined together. The skull is made up of many bones joined together. Okay, it encloses and protects very important part of our body, that is called brain. Once again, about skull is made up of many bones joined together. The skull is made up of many bones joined together, and also it encloses and protects the very important part of our body, that is called brain. Then the only movable part of the movable bone present in the skull is the lower jaw. In skull bones, only lower jaw is movable. So the lower jaw is used for chewing food. And if we do not chew foods, it gets indigested. It may cause, and the indigested food may cause an acidity like that. Okay, so the movable bone present in the skull is the lower jaw. The upper jaw does not move. It is an immovable part of the skull. Okay, the skull is made up of many bones. Inside the skull, it encloses and protects the main part of our body, that is called brain. In the skull, the only movable bone is the lower jaw. Okay, all of you understood about the skeleton, about our skull, then about our chest bones, that is the rib cage, then about our backbone, then about our shoulder bones, then pelvic bones. Below the stomach, we can see that is the pelvic bones. So the pelvic bone is used to sit somewhere. Okay, then next we learn about the joints. What do you mean by joints? Joints are the points where two parts of the skeleton are fitted together to make movement possible. That is called a joint. What do you mean by joint? Joint is a point. Joint are the points where two parts of the skeleton are joined together, and it make the movement possible. That is called a joint. What do you mean by joints? Joints is the point where two parts of a skeleton or two bones are joined together to make movement possible. That point of two bones joined together, that is called joints. are joined together to make movement possible. To make movement possible, then the joining of two parts, that point is called joints. That point is called joints. There are different types of joints present in our body. Different types of joints present in our body. They are ball and socket joint, then pivot joint, hinge joint, then fixed joint, etc. Which are the joints present in our body? Ball and socket joint, pivot joint, hinge joint, then fixed joint. Fixed joints. First of all, we learn about ball and socket joint. Ball and socket joints. What do you mean by joints? Joints are the points where the two parts of skeletons join together to make movement possible. They are called that point is called the joints. Many joints are present in our body. First of all, we learn about ball and socket joint. Ball and socket. Ball and socket joint. The ball and socket joint where the rounded end of one ball and socket. The figure of ball and socket joint is given here in your textbook, page number 68. We can see a ball and socket joint. So the ball and socket joint where the rounded end of, if we can see a rounded portion is present in a ball and socket joint. So the rounded end of one bone is fixed in the cavity of the other bone. Fixed in the cavity of other bone. If we can see that here we can make a ball and socket joint. First of all, take a pipe, then take a ball, then cut the ball in a circular shape and fix the pipe inside the ball. Fix the pipe inside the ball. Then take a bowl. Then what we do? Then we can fix the ball inside the bowl. Inside the bowl. Then we can move the ball using paper cylinder by turn the paper cylinder. We can see that this is a model of ball and socket joint. Model of ball and socket joint. In ball and socket joint, a ball and socket joint where the rounded end of ball and socket joints, rounded end of one bone is fixed into the cavity, the hollow space present in the other bone fits into the cavity of the other bone. Then it brings in movement. Then the ball portion, the rounded ball-shaped balls move inside the bowl-shaped ball. Then it brings in movement in all directions. It brings in movement in all directions. Then it is seen in the hips and the shoulder of the human body. It is seen in the hips and shoulders of the human body. Shoulders of the human body. Okay, all of you understood? Ball and socket joint in your textbook. We can make the ball and socket joint. First of all, we take a paper cylinder. Then I will take a ball. Then we take a rubber ball. Then cut the rubber ball in a circular shape as that of the paper cylinder. Then we fit the paper cylinder inside the rubber ball. Then we take a bowl. Then what we do? Then we fit the rubber ball into the bowl. Then we can turn the paper cylinder. Then we make a ball and socket joint. In a ball and socket joint, where rounded end of one ball, the rounded end of the rubber ball, the rounded end of one ball is fit into the cavity of the other ball. Fits into the cavity of the other ball. It brings movement. It brings movement in all direction. It brings movement in all direction. So the ball and socket joint we can see in the hips and shoulders. Hips and shoulders of the human body. Hips and shoulders of the human body. The ball and socket joint. The ball and socket joint means where the rounded end means the ball shaped end of the rounded end of one ball is fits into the cavity, that means socket shaped into the cavity of other bone. Then it makes movements in all direction. It makes movement 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 in all direction. We can see ball and socket joint in where hips and shoulders of the human body. Hips and shoulders. Shoulders of human body. Shoulders of human body. Once again about ball and socket joint. What are joints? The joints are the points where two parts of the skeleton are joined together to make the movement possible. The first joint is ball and socket joint. The rounded end of one bone is fits into the cavity of other bone. The other bone. Then it makes movement in all direction. And also we can see the ball and socket joints in hips and shoulders of human body. All of you understood about ball and socket joint? Then we learn about pivotal joint. Then we learn about pivotal joint. Pivotal joint means a pivotal joint is where a cylindrical bone rotates in a ring. A cylindrical bone rotates in a ring. Pivotal joint means a cylindrical bone. A cylindrical bone rotates in a ring. A cylindrical bone rotates in a ring is called a pivotal joint. Then it joins the neck to the head. It joins the neck to the head. It joins the pivotal joints. It joins the neck to the head. It joins the neck to the head. It joins the neck to the head. So it joins the neck to the head. There a pivotal joint is present. So that joint is a cylindrical bone. It rotates in a ring. Okay. Then it allows to bend the head forward and backward, and turn the head to our left or right. Forward and backward, and turn to left and right. Okay. That is pivotal joint. We can see the figure of pivotal joint in your textbook, page number 69. Here we can see the pivotal joint, that is cylindrical bone. It rotates in a ring. And it connects. It joins the neck to the head. So pivotal joint is present where it is present in between the neck and the head. So the pivotal joint joins the neck to the head. Okay. Then we learn about hinge joints. Hinge joints. Hinge joints bring about movement in only back and forth direction. Only back and front direction. Like a door. We can close the door only in the back and forth direction. That means in the front direction and the back direction. So like this, hinge joints work. So the hinge joints bring about movement in only front, back and forth directions. Then the knees and the elbows. The knees and elbows have hinge joints. The knees. So we can move the knees of our legs in the back and forth direction. So it cannot be turned into right or left. So here in the knees we can see the hinge joints. Hinge joints bring about movement in only back and forth direction. Back and forth. Direction. We can see the hinge joints in knees and elbows. Hinge joints means these joints bring about movement in only back and forth direction. Movement only in back and forth directions. We can see the hinge joints in knees and elbow. Next we learn about fixed joints. Fixed joints are immovable joints. It cannot move. It is immovable joints because the bones are joined together. It is immovable joints. Fixed joints are immovable joints. That is the two bones are more than one bones are joined together. Then such joints are found in the skull. The fixed joints are present where? In the skull. Fixed joint is present in where? Skull. Fixed joints are present where? Skull. Okay, what have you understood about the different joints present in our body parts? human body. First we learn about ball and socket joint. The ball and socket joint where the rounded end of one bone is fixed into the cavity of the other bone. Cavity of the other bone. It helps to the movement in all directions. It helps the movement in all directions. So where we can see the ball and socket joint in the shoulder, in the shoulder and see in the shoulders and hips of the human body. Then what we learn about the next joint, pivotal joint. Pivotal joint is a cylindrical bone that rotates in a ring. Cylindrical bone that rotates in a ring. We can see that in our neck. We can see there is a bone. Then that bone is present inside a ring. That cylindrical bone rotates in a ring. So that is called a pivotal joint. The pivotal joint connect or joins the neck and head. It joins the neck and head. Then what we learn about the hinge joints. We learn about hinge joints. Then the hinge joint means like it helps to move in back and forth direction. Back and forth directions. For example, like if we all see the door of a house, door of a room or a house, then the door can be moved only in back and forth directions. Like that, the hinge joints can move only in the back and forth direction. Then we can see the hinge joints in the knees and the elbows of human body. Knees and the elbows of human body. Then what we learn? Then we learn about the fixed joints. Fixed joints are immovable joints because the many bones join together. It does not move. So it is called immovable joints. The immovable joints are present. That means the fixed joints are present inside in the skull of a human body. In the skull of a human body. Then in the skull, the movable bone is only present in the lower jaw bones.